Hi guys, welcome to my channel. This is Daisy. As you can see, we're in the greenhouse. Yippee! Spring is coming. Today is 1st of March and I have actually started the seeds 2 weeks ago. It's nice weather, not very warm, about 11 degrees, but at least the sun is out. As you can see, there's birds singing in the garden. There's a bit of life coming back. I'm all excited and ready to go, but I'm also very cautious because the last frost date is still 2 or 3 weeks away, and I don't want to get things started too soon and then regret it. So I thought, in the meanwhile, I'll try to prepare the soil, do a bit of weeding, prepare my raised bed, and actually, tidy up the greenhouse, so at least I can start some seed in here in the warmth of the greenhouse before I transplant them outside. The one I did inside the house have all germinated actually. So I've got small seedlings, but those are vegetables that do well in the cool weather. So they should be okay to be transplanted in a couple of weeks. Just stay with me and I'll show you what needs to be done and how I get it done. So keep watching. See, these are seedlings from autumn last year, and I've watered them now and then. These are cabbages and they seem to have survived, so they're not too bad. I can give them a go, and yeah, cabbage tend to do well in winter. Maybe that's why they survive. A couple of them in the garden have survived. We'll lose nothing trying. That's that. And finally, it's looking a little bit tidy. So I'll move on to the weeding now. Going around the garden, you can see the early spring flowers coming out. The hyacinth and the daffodils have all flowered already, and it's just giving this place a much needed color and life. Few herbs like the thyme and the parsley have survived the winter. It's amazing because it snowed last week and the plants seem to be unaffected. So I'm quite happy with that. This area here was where I planted the pumpkin last year, but it's been taken over by weeds. Then it's the same thing all around the garden. This is where I planted the potatoes, and you can see the cabbage plant that survived the winter. So it's all covered with weeds at the moment. So I'm going around cleaning little by little every day. It's impossible to get rid of all these in one day. The strawberries plants seem to have survived as well. This year I have planned to transplant them in a bigger planter and then add a few more plants that I've already bought. In this little area last year we had some amazing lettuce. I was so happy with it because we harvested all the way till early October actually. This little raised bed come about when I was teaching my little niece, who's about 10 years old, how to make a raised bed and how to plant. So this is where the lettuce is going this year as well. Just need to prepare the soil, remove a few weeds that in the bed, and then top it up with new compost, and then cover it with a cardboard or landscaping material just to warm up the soil before I start sowing next week. I'm doing the same for my other raised beds as well, just making sure that there's new compost on top of what is already there and cover it just to warm the soil up before we start planting.
I wanted to show you this raised bed that I bought from B&Q this week. B&Q is becoming my most favorite place at the moment because there's nowhere else to go. So yeah, this was £16 and I think it was worth the money. It is about a meter square, 0.96 meter square to be exact, and it's so easy to put it together. I thought I could do with a bit of help, but I was on my own here. But it wasn't so difficult. It's easy to assemble. The size of this raised bed is actually ideal. It's not too big, yet not too small. You could easily grow fruits and vegetables in it. Last year I made a DIY planter out of a pallet, and it was about the same size and same depth. I had around 10 tomato plants in it and I have harvested plenty. I'm sure this is going to be the same. I'm now going to lay landscaping material inside the planter before I put the compost in. Some gardeners don't agree with that. They think because you're putting several inches of compost on top of the ground, the weed won't be a problem anymore. But I'm not going to take the chance. I will just put the landscaping material underneath before I put the compost. Hopefully the worms will find their way in. I have some compost in pots from last year. I don't think I'm going to be using them this year, so I will just add it all to this planter, hopefully to give it a little bit more volume. These chores are what will be keeping me busy all week this week, guys. Next week I'm hoping to be working with those tires you can see on the right side of the screen. I'll be converting them into little planters. I will definitely make a video and post it next week, so hopefully you will be back to watch the video. To do that, you'll have to subscribe to the channel and also press on the notification bell so you know when the video is out. Please don't forget to do that now, and I will see you next week. Bye bye, take care.